Hey guys, welcome back to CMTEQ channel. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how we're going to add another functionality to our Raspberry Pi and Arduino interfacing with the chatbot application running on Telegram application here. So basically what we're going to do is the ability to display the messages being sent onto the chatbot also on the LCD display here. Okay, so that basically we're going to do. So in the previous tutorial, we were able to basically send a notification, okay, that we also display on the LCD here. But we basically were sending notification on the chatbot that here you can see do not connected when we detected there was an Arduino board connected onto the Raspberry Pi. So if this is your first time watching, please, you may want to watch the previous tutorial so that you can catch up. So just to demonstrate quickly here, if we run the chatbot application, we can see that when the chatbot starts running, we can then send messages. For instance, if I enter user, right, then the chatbot is going to respond to me, say hi from CMTEQ, and at the same time he's going to say please subscribe to CMTEQ channel. And obviously the chatbot is right. You have to subscribe to CMTEQ channel and give this tutorial a thumbs up. So please do that. So now, without wasting any further time, I'm going to stop the chatbot application here and move right on to the Arduino here. In order for us to display something on the LCD, which will be coming either from the Raspberry Pi Python script or the chatbot, it will come serially. So which means the Arduino must be able to handle serial messages. So as we can see here, we're already handling messages here. So if I open the serial monitor here and I say send message, right, and I say enter, we're going to receive the message on the LCD here because we are handling it here based on our previous tutorial. Now the only problem here is that we're getting the header file here, or a heading bot msg with a message send msg. Okay, now if we send a message in the group, now remember in the chatbot here we need to give a message almost like a code, like a handshake. For example, if I just enter a user, right, the chatbot is not going to respond because a user is not part of a coded message for our chatbot here. Okay, now the chatbot is currently not running. Let me run the chatbot. Okay, when the chatbot come back online, okay, he is not going to reply with hi from CMTEQ because the chatbot here does not recognize a user. Okay, now in order for the chatbot to respond with a hi from CMTEQ, I need to enter a / and user. So this is almost like a handshake, like a coded message. So we'll need the same handshake to be able to handle it. So let's say we enable a handshake like a / and we say send msg, and then we send our message, we say hi. Okay, now the bot here does not recognize that code, so he is not going to do anything. We need to educate our bot to say that, okay, this is a message that is being sent. It must also be displayed on the LCD. Okay, now the bot doesn't know that. We're gonna teach the bot. But now on the Arduino side, we must be able to handle that message here. That basically means we must extract, remove the handshake send msg, and only display the message hi, okay, onto our screen here. So in order to do that, what we have to do now here is simple. So we already handling the serial. So let me just open this again and just write send msg, and then I write hi. Now here, if I may count the characters here, it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So we got 8 characters. So what we must do here is basically just to remove these characters and only display our message. And to do that, we're going to basically use an if statement. So we're going to say if, right? So if the message, right, the msg Pi, okay, the message from the Raspberry Pi. If that message, right, so if the MSG Pi that start with, so basically this means we're going to check which characters that this message starts. So if it starts with these character, that we will basically know what the handshake is, and the handshake here is MSG. So if the message start with all these characters, then we basically going to remove all those characters. So we're just going to say MSG Pi that remove. Okay, what we're going to remove, we basically going to remove the character starting from 0 up to 8. Okay, we're going to remove all of them. So after removing, we can then go ahead and display the rest on the LCD display. So let me just cut this here because we don't need it. Okay, now I'm going to write this onto the Arduino board here, and we can go ahead and give it a test. Okay, it's been uploaded. Now if I send MSG with a hi, let's see, there we go, both message. Okay, so that's the both message, and then my message is what? Hi. Okay, so if I change it, send MSG, and then I say hi CMTEQ. Okay, send, then the message changed to hi CMTEQ. So it is working. So now if we send this message again to the chatbot, and our chatbot is clever enough to recognize this handshake, is going to handle it and send it serially, and the Arduino also will be able to display it onto the LCD display. So that is basically it. But now we're not done here. So the next thing here is to basically make our chatbot more intelligent here. So as we can see here, we've got a user handler, a Python's function here that is basically handling the command handler user. Once the chatbot detects the keyword user, then it calls this function here, and then that function will then help us to display the hi from CMTEQ. Okay, and if nothing is happening, the chatbot will be constantly just printing please subscribe to CMTEQ channel, as you have seen the chatbot done in the past. Okay, so what we basically going to do here is very simple. We're just going to add another function. So to do that, I'm going to copy this function here to make life easy for us. Okay, so let's go ahead and paste what we just copied, and then we're gonna change it to basically LCD. Okay, LCD handler. Okay, so that is the LCD handler. Then we're going to have the same update and the topic. Now let's go ahead and update our LCD handler function. We're going to create a variable called text, and we're gonna use or call the keyword update that will basically just update this text variable with a message. Okay, and then what we're then going to do here is to then take this text and send it via the serial port. But in order for us to do that, let me just save this first. In order for us to do that, we need to open the Telegram notification script that we use to basically connect with the Arduino serial port. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to basically copy all this script here. I'm going to copy it from here, basically all the way to up here. Okay, then we need to find a place to paste it. So let's go ahead and just paste it right here. Okay, so we've got a lot of information that we just pasted there. Okay, and we need that time is already imported, so we need serial, and we need the system, and then the Telegram import port is also already being imported. Okay, this is our COM port. Now with open here to basically create the chatbot by connecting with a token here, we already handling it here, down here, so we don't need this one here. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove it. Okay, I'm going to remove it because there is a chat ID as well there, because all of that information is already included here. As you can see, we already got the same chat ID. So all we need is basically just a serial connection function and the function to send data. Okay, so now that we've got the function to basically connect with our serial communication, let's go ahead and copy this function, right? And we're going to paste it here right after we call in the LCD handle function. Okay, so this is just for now. I mean, otherwise we will have to set it in a way that we can only call the serial communication only once. We don't have to call it every time, but nevertheless, just for the sake of testing what we're doing here, so let's go ahead and pass the COM port here. Okay, then this is our variable that will hold the text, and we can then go ahead and basically create the command in which we basically want to send to the LCD. So I'm going to say data is basically equal to, so which data are we sending? We basically sending the send MSG. Okay, and we are sending that plus what? Plus basically the text that the user will enter, and then we also sending the end of line character, right? So after doing all this, we can then go ahead and say s data. Okay, just as we did here in this send data function, we can basically just copy this line of code. Okay, basically we don't actually need this function. Okay, we're not going to call it, so we just going to paste it here with s data that write data. Okay, this is the data that we are writing. We are now sending this to the serial port. Now the next thing, before we can complete this port here, we need to also handle the dispatcher here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, okay, and then just add it there. Then we need to add a keyword here so that the dispatcher is always looking out for the keyword before he can call the function. So we're going to change this to the LCD handle function, and then we need our keyword here. We said it's send MSG. Okay, so this is the keyword send MSG. Now remember, this keyword, you're going to type it here, send MSG and your message hi, like that. Now all of this is going to be updated to the text. Okay, so that's basically all of it, and the / is going to be sent to the Arduino, and the Arduino won't be able to recognize that because our text starting with send, but now this is going to be a /. So we need to be able to basically remove the characters that are there. So we're going to basically remove how many characters that will be on here. It's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and a /. So we need to remove all of that. So to do that, we're going to pass the bracket here, 8 and a double column, like that. So that is basically going to remove all the first characters and then pass the rest to the serial port. Let's go ahead and try to run this and see if we're going to get any success here. So the function is running, no problem, and the bot already saying hi from CMTEQ. Seems like the bot here already detected that there was a message that was sent, and we're already getting a hi here. Now this bot is quite clever. Now let's try user, make sure that nothing is broken. Okay, hi from CMTEQ. Now let me just stop this here and try to just make changes here because it seems like I'm sending the same thing. So for the user handler, we're going to change it to basically subscribe. Okay, subscribe. Okay, to CMTEQ. Okay, so subscribe to CMTEQ. Okay, and this is going to remain high from CMTEQ. Let's go ahead and give this a run again. Okay, now this time I'm going to send user. Okay, so now we should get subscribe to CMTEQ, and then the next thing we're going to send is basically send MSG. With our message, we're going to say hey CMTEQ, and then send. We should be able to get hey CMTEQ on the screen here. Okay, watch out. So hey CMTEQ, that basically now we are getting an empty space there. So how are we going to sort out that empty space? From where is it coming from? Let me just check into our messages here. Now it seems like we won't be able to get rid of that empty space, because the empty space is basically this space here. So if we get rid of that, this is all going to become a one word, and if I send it, right, basically you can see that there is going to be a problem there. So if we send it like that, no one is going to recognize that. So we're not gonna be able to get that removed, so we can just deal with what we have here. Send MSG hey, just like that, and we should be able to just display hey on the message. So guys, this is basically how you can integrate this. Obviously you can see it's endless possibility from here. You can add many other functionality from this program here. Thank you for watching. If you've liked it and found something useful, please subscribe to CMTEQ channel, and always give this tutorial a thumbs up. That will be highly appreciated. Until next time, cheers.